What is up, you guys? It is Matty here, and I have a question for you. When I say Fallout 3, the first thing that comes to mind is Bethesda's post-apocalyptic reimagining of Washington, D.C. that stole all our hearts as gaming's very best, right? What if I said that what you're seeing on screen now almost never came to be, and that what you see now was almost the outcome? Some of you may be scratching your heads at this one, so allow me to explain. What you see now is the original Fallout 3, which was codenamed Van Buren. Van Buren was to be developed by Black Isle Studio, the team who developed Fallout 2 and other games such as Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance 2, or the Icewind Dale series. Van Buren would have taken place in Southwest America, which featured areas such as Arizona, Nevada, Colorado, and Utah. According to design documents, it was to be set in the year 2253. The game was going to use an engine that Black Isle had made for Baldur's Gate 3, commonly referred to as the Jefferson engine. It was a fully 3D engine, but was never used. Black Isle Studios planned to include a dual combat system in the game that allowed for players to choose between real-time combat, like in Fallout 3, Tactics, and New Vegas, or turn-based combat, like in Fallout 1 and 2. Due to Interplay's demands, though, the emphasis would be on the turn-based version. Cooperative multiplayer was also going to be included in the game, again because of the publisher's requirements, which would have brought an interesting take on the Fallout franchise that most of us know and love today. Now let's get into Van Buren's plot. The game would have begun with the player waking up in a prison cell, but not the one you remembered falling asleep in the night before. Suddenly the floor rocks violently from an explosion, and the player is knocked unconscious. When they awaken, they find that their cell door is open and there is a hole in the wall leading outside. Leaving the prison, the character is under attack by some unknown enemies. Deciding that discretion is the best part of valor, the player flees into the night to explore this new world. The player is relentlessly pursued by robots who want to return him to the prison. As they explore the new world and try to outwit their pursuers, they begin to uncover the underlying plot. Why was the character in a different prison than the one they fell asleep in? Why can't they remember being transferred? What was the attack on the prison about in the first place? Eventually, the player would discover the truth behind the prison and the attack on it. It turns out that the extensive research by a mad scientist called Presper, disgusted with what the world turned into after the war, discovered the history of New Plague and the virus that the FEV was initially created to cure and its genocidal potency, and also that it discovered a viable means to cleanse the world. I have to be honest and say that this sounded like an interesting plot and one that we all wish we could have experienced. In 2003, Black Isle's employees began to get laid off and the game was cancelled due to Bethesda buying the rights to the Fallout franchise. At that time, the engine was about 95% completed. The player could create characters, use skills, perform both range and melee combat, save/load games, and travel across the map. A tutorial level was done that would let the designers do all of the above. All the areas but one had been designed, about 75% of the dialogue was done, and at least 50% of the maps. Black Isle Studio had already had many of the character and monster models completed as well, so as you can tell, this game was near finished. And that is all we have on Fallout 3 Van Buren. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned something if this was news to you or not. I know there have been a few videos on this, but I felt like this was something worth introducing to you guys. If you did find this interesting, be sure to leave a thumbs up. Also follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. It's important we interact outside my videos. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed once again. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all.